Hi everyone, and welcome back to Mommy Mondays, where every Monday I will be posting a mommy related video. So today I have a special person with me, the father of my son, Kevin Michael Raymond. Right, so welcome him guys to Mommy Mondays. Okay, so today we wanted to speak on how our relationship changed after having a baby. So the newlywed season is over, where it was just two of us just living life together, just loving on each other. But after 3 years of marriage, our baby came, Aden. Our baby Aden came, and our life has definitely changed for the better. It has changed in a good way, but there was a lot of things that we had to readjust. So we just wanted to speak about these things today that can help you all on your journey. So I will go first, and the first thing that changed is that your child becomes your priority, especially in the first 3 months of the baby's life. If the baby is a newborn, your whole world is centered around this child. I remember when we had Aden, it was a new adjustment from just being two of us to now having to take care of another human being, and it was like a whole adjustment. And Aden was our priority. It's like I was not a priority. Raymond was not a priority. He was our priority at that time, and just making sure that he's okay, his needs are met. This is our first baby, so we have no clue what we're doing, to be quite frank and honest. So our kid became a priority just for that few moment, just for that few time, that couple months, until we were able to like find a new norm.
And remember too guys, here it is, there's a newborn or a child, toddler. The child is helpless, and automatically the parents becomes the defender of that child.
Yes.
And you just want to make sure that everything is okay with the child. You're trying to prevent yourself from a lot of up and down and hospital visits.
Yeah.
So therefore your eyes will always be on that child. It was new to us, so we did not know what to expect. So therefore, you didn't leave any room for complacency and any room for any, mistakes or mishaps, although things happened. But we just was on the ball concerning him. So yeah, he will be our priority because he's helpless and he needs every single attention bone that you have in your body.
Yeah. Number 2 is, from our experience, we became more committed to each other and more conscious of our behavior or what we say, especially now that Aden is a toddler. I mean, this child, he's like a sponge, and he soaks in everything, he imitates everything, he observes everything. So we are just so mindful now of how we speak to each other. Sometimes before we would play fight and stuff like that, and we noticed that sometimes he would think that we are serious. So we are so conscious. We have to be so conscious of the things that we say, what we do, even to each other, because Aden, he looks at it and he mimics. If Aden sees Raymond kissing me, he wants to kiss me. So whatever he sees, we are his examples, and whatever he sees us do, he wants to do. And because of that, because you love this child so much and you want to give them the best, you want to be committed to your relationship. You want to work on your marriage. You want to make sure that your unit is strong, because once you're strong, you're able to give your child the best.
And for him, remember, he is seeing how a marriage is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So for everyone, premarital counsel did not start a year before your marriage or a year after engagement, or when you decide to go and sit down in the pastor's office and talk about marriage or a counselor. But it started from the wee ages of maybe 2 or 3, when you see the example before you.
Yeah.
And this is what you would act out in your marriage. So it's very important. We understood that, and we wanted him to have an example as to how a marriage is supposed to be. So that is why we decide, hey, we're going to work on ourselves, we're going to work on our marriage, we're going to set the right examples. Not saying that we will be fake, not saying that, you know, he will not see the real side of things, but as much as you can protect them from, as much as, you know, you can show him the right thing, because there's a right thing to everything. As much as you show him the right thing to do, it will be easy for him to really function as a man, as a father, when his time comes.
So number 3 is your sex life can sometimes just be readjusted. Sometimes you have to readjust your sex life. And what I mean by that, as mommies, sometimes you have to, sex does not be spontaneous anymore. Sometimes you have to schedule it, because you have to see about your child and there's so much you have to do. So it's not like you could be spontaneous. Sometimes you have to plan, you know, stuff. Or even sometimes like simple things as you can't be loud because you have a baby, the baby is sleeping, you want to be mindful of the baby. So little things you just have to readjust as time goes on, you know.
And even as Lois said, he's in a stage where he would be absorbing. If we do these things in front of him, and when he goes to preschool,
yeah,
and he sees a young lady,
yeah,
he would believe that it is okay,
yeah,
to do what he sees at home.
yeah.
So even with that, you have to be careful.
You have to be so careful and
you
mindful.
know, as to what you're doing in front of them,
Yeah,
especially sexual wise,
yeah.
because he has his father's
Yeah.
blood.
It can be okay. You know what's funny?
Disclaimer.
Yeah, because like even with me, like sometimes when we are home, Aiden don't like to raise up my shirt and just like squeeze my tummy, or like the fat, basically the cellulite that I have, like to squeeze it. And to me that's funny, and it's like, you know, it's silly. But I notice sometimes like when we go outside, he tends to want to do the same thing to other people. So now it's like, you know, it's like, Aiden, no, it's not okay to do it to other people. You can do it to mommy. Or sometimes I have to tell him, okay, don't do that to mommy, because, you know, I don't want him to think that it's okay that he can do it to anybody else, you know. So you have to be so careful, especially what you do in front of them.
And even as we speak on sex, it is not the intercourse, but it speaks of his sexual organs as well.
Yeah.
And we teach him where's no touch.
Yes, yeah.
It's your penis.
Yeah.
This is your, you know, well, in Trinidad we say pamsi, but buttocks or whatever you want to call it. But we teach him that these sexual organs, these are no touch zone. Don't let anyone touch these areas.
And even like we said, that's something that I definitely will do with Aiden from an early age. Start to speak to him about sex, from what he could understand and what his mind could take, what he could take and handle from an early age is something that I will instill in him. We will instill in him, just talking about sex and different things like that. Because if we don't teach him it when he goes to preschool, when he goes to school, he will learn it there, you know. So
and guys, it is not wrong. For years our parents,
sex is taboo. You can't talk about sex, you know.
It is right. It is God ordained, but it's just doing it in the right parameters, which is marriage. It is accepted before God. So it's okay to talk about it, because someone will tell him. And we want to make sure that he knows the right thing. Trust me, his father will tell him. Tell him everything. Tell him everything.
Tell him everything. My mom told me everything.
Tell him everything.
All right. And last but not least is a lot of our conversations now is about Aiden. And honestly, I like it. Quite frankly, I love just talking about my son. So sometimes we'll go on dates and that's all we speak about other things because we have other stuff going on in our life. But Aiden is like one of the main topics. Most of the time when Raymond is at work, I call him because something Aiden did home or something he did, you know. So a lot of your conversation stems or like circles around your kid.
It's important because, you know, I mean, here it is, there is someone that brings joy, that lights up a room, that, you know, you're looking forward for his every progress and progression in life. if he says a new word today, you know, we're like, wow, fireworks, let's keep a big party. Because as I said, it's a new experience for us, and hearing others talk about it and know you're experiencing it, it is something that, you know, is very wonderful. It feels wonderful. So yeah, we speak about him. He's our child, our firstborn, and there's a special place he has in our heart, and we would like the best for him. So he's always a topic because his future, we want his future to be bright.
I wanted to give you guys a few tips and advice. So the first advice that I would like to give is that now that we are parents, our purpose have been I shouldn't say our purpose has changed, but our purpose now has been more enlightened now that we have a child, because it's now about leaving a legacy for him, giving him the best life going forward. It's like, it's no longer, it's not a selfish desire you have, but your desire is to leave a legacy for your children, and that they will not have the struggles that you had as growing up as youths or as young adults.
Number two, quality time is important, guys. Remember that you are a couple, and as you're bringing up the child, your marriage relationship can deteriorate, and you don't want that to happen. So set aside time to spend together and work on your marriage. You don't want the child to separate you all. It is so easy to just focus on the child and neglect the marriage, as the old people they say. They are growing up and leaving us, and we would be here for life together. So it is priority. Your marriage is also priority. So it's just understanding that you need to work on quality time with each other. Get a babysitter.
Date nights.
Yeah, date nights. When he goes to bed, we organize date nights right home. You know, but do whatever you can so that the other person can feel appreciated and know that they are loved.
And last but not least, the lengths and breadths you will go for your child, go for your spouse. You don't ever want to make your spouse feel like if they are second place, and that your baby is your only priority. Your spouse should be your priority too as well, and the same way, the same energy, the same things, the same mindset you have towards your baby in terms of taking care of your baby, making sure your baby is happy, do the same for your spouse.
So guys, that's it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and let someone know that Mommy Mondays is booming.
It's booming. And you can follow him on Instagram at kevinm.raymond at Instagram. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys next Monday on Mommy Mondays. Bye.